Hey everyone, it's Brian from Guess Who Gifts. Today I am going to be unboxing, I already unboxed it, but I'm going to be kind of showing a little bit of a tutorial, a little bit better than my previous one of the Sublimation Tumbler J-Trans machine. And I'm just going to spend 5 minutes talking about what you need to do once you unbox it. I'm not going to actually make a tumbler in this video. I just want to show some things you need to do to get started with your J-Trans Sublimation Tumbler heat press. Here we go. Okay, everybody, this is the machine that we are talking about. I just took it out of the box. I happen to sell mine with the 11-ounce mug press and the 30-ounce, and all you have to, 20-ounce tumbler press. So basically all you need to do is plug it in to back here. Plug it into the plug over here and make sure that this blue piece right here is up in line with this piece here, and same thing on this side, that this is in line with here. Sometimes in shipping it gets off or whatever, and you just need to realign it. So the second thing you need to do is make sure that the pressure is tight right here. So this could be all the way out here. These two need to be at the same length. So as you can see right now, they are. This is the length that I prefer them to be at. And then I'll show you how to tighten them and loosen them in a second. These sometimes get loose in shipping, and so as you try to tighten it, it feels like it's stripped or something. All you need to do is take a little Allen wrench and tighten these, or you can just hold it with your finger as you tighten this. But if this piece is moving when you're turning this, that means you need to tighten this Allen wrench right here. So long story short, I'm going to show you how to get ready to press. So you can see when you do shut it, there is a little bit of a gap here. That's because some tumblers have a handle, and so this isn't completely going to cover everything, but you rotate it halfway, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So this is for the J-Trans tumbler press, and here we go. Okay, so before you do anything, basically I'm going to show you that this right here, you can see this is a color changing tumbler. I just want to show you because it's easy to see instead of white. So it's about right here on this side and about right here on this side. And when you're printing an image and you're going to do it, you want to go all the way up to the top, but then you want to stop about right here before the curve, because obviously it can't press on the curve. So sometimes people bring the paper all the way, almost covering the bottom. And if you do that, then you're going to have like a faded area or a ghosted image. So you want to stop before the curve, and it creates a nice white line. And I'll show you on one of the tumblers that I have exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, what you want to do now is like I said, make sure these two are even. I do about right here and here, so see they're the same. And then you should try to close it, and it should be a little difficult. If it's not difficult, you want to tighten it just a little bit. So like there, oh, that's loosening it. So you want to go counterclockwise to tighten, but you want to make sure you do them the same. So see how they're just about the same? And now it should be a little tight to pull down, and that means we're good. Okay, so that's the, oh, you can see it was a little warm because I used it a minute ago. But anyway, now we're going to turn it on. So you turn on and you wait a few seconds. You should always have a heat glove as well. I do sell these at www.guesswhogifts.com. And now what it's doing is it's already starting to heat up, but I want to show you the different modes. So when you first get it, you should hit from C to F for Fahrenheit, or if you like Celsius, that's great. But I leave it on Fahrenheit. Oh, let me change this camera so it's not flashing. 1 second. Okay, so now that you have it on Fahrenheit, what you're going to do is hit mode. And now you're going to set the minimum temperature. So this is the minimum temperature that before it will start counting down. And then you would go to mode, and you would set the maximum temperature, which would be 356. So that means it will not go above the 356. And then you hit mode again, and this is the amount of time So we're gonna do it for 45 seconds, and then you hit mode again, and now it's gonna go and heat up to the 356 degrees. So I'm gonna stop the video taping and turn it back on shortly before then. Oh, I don't think I showed you this. So I didn't do the up and down arrows, but say you're this is your minimum, this is your temperature maximum. So if you need to go up, you can go right here to 360, 362, right? But I like keeping it right at that 356. It does beep a lot, so when it gets to that temperature, and then just hit mode until there's no lights on over here. When there's no lights on over here, that means you're at just like the home page, I guess you would call it. So you can feel this starting to heat up right here. The handle does not get hot. You know, it says it can get hot, but I don't think this really gets hot. And none of this really gets hot until you get into this area, but try to stay away. Also, I was going to say these could loosen up in shipping if you want to make sure they're tightened. Just about all these different screws could loosen up a little bit in shipping because it's a heavy machine. So make sure, again, these are the same. Make sure you tighten the Allen wrenches, and make sure that when you put the tumbler in there, it's a nice pressure. Almost the tighter the better, but you don't want it to be to where it's going to smash the tumbler or anything. But we're almost there. I'm going to go ahead and just keep on videoing until we get there. You can see I left it next to it, so it's still kind of yellow, but that size orange. We're at 334, 340. Once it gets to 356, it will start beeping. And then the timer actually doesn't work. Here it goes. Okay, so now that it's there, it really shouldn't keep going up. Here we go. So it'll keep beeping until you start it. But what I wanted to say is when you put obviously you have your image printed and everything. When you put this in here, make sure it's at a good angle there, good there, and then you close it. When you do close it, this button starts the timer. So what stinks is what's happening right now is this cooled it down. So because we had a minimum temperature, it actually won't start the countdown until it gets up to that minimum temperature. So you can play with those settings to get it there. And so you'll see in a few seconds, it's going right back up to 356. It'll beep again. Okay, and now you can hit the timer and it starts counting down. So it's not broken if it doesn't start counting down. It's just because of the temperature. But you can see it's already turned completely yellow. It's hot. It's getting hot. And so you're going to let this count all the way down to 0. And then I won't actually do it. But what you're going to do is wait for this to get to 0, and then you're going to open the tumbler press, rotate this 90 degrees, the tumbler 90 degrees, and then close it again. You can count or you can set the timer again. It's up to you how you want to do it. But the timer will count to 45 again, and you only need to leave it for 25 seconds. So the timer amounts you're going to use are 45 and 25, and then you're done. So here is when you would open it. It's going to keep beeping. And then you would I got to put on my heat glove real quick. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so you would take it out, rotate, put it back in, close it, and then you would hit this again. And once it gets to 356, the timer will start working again. So, and here you're only going to do 25 seconds. So when that gets down to 20, then your tumbler should be done. And then obviously you just, once it gets down to 20, you would open it back up. You can turn it off and pull out your completed tumbler. So I didn't do it obviously just because I wanted to try to rush through to show you how to do it. So I hope this really helped, and I hope If you did get one from me, I hope my videos help you. Thanks. Thanks again for watching, and if you could, check out the links below and make sure you hit the subscribe button so you see all my future videos that I post with new products. Thank you.